Welcome back once again to the Fate of Drakkenheim. This is the Dungeon Dudes D&D 5th edition actual play campaign. I'm Monty Martin, the Dungeon Master.
And I'm Jill Denitis, playing Rudy Whitaker, the Shifter Eldritch Knight.
And Joe O'Gorman, playing Wrath, the Aasimar Warlock.
And I'm Kelly McLaughlin, playing Wilhelm von Kessel, the human swashbuckler rogue, and we are joined once again by our good friend.
I'm Jenny D, playing Ava Blightward, the human abjuration wizard.
Thank you for joining us once again, and thank you, Jenny, for joining us once again on this lovely adventure. Callie and I are the Dungeon Dudes, and we post new videos all the time over on our YouTube channel covering everything D&D, so be sure to check us out over there, and while you're there, be sure to have a look at Jenny's fantastic content as well over on YouTube. Maybe you might want to check out our April Fool's collaboration videos from way back when.
Undoubtedly my best work.
Indeed, ours too.
You can also join us on Tuesday evenings when we broadcast the campaign on Twitch. You can check us out from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Time at twitch.tv/dungeon_dudes. You can also watch the video episodes of the show on YouTube or check us out as an audio-only podcast as well.
With that, let us return to the world of Drakkenheim.
Drakkenheim is no more. The devastation which fell upon that accursed place left a kingdom in ruin. Now, horrors lurking in the haze grow ever more great and terrible, while simmering tensions between rival factions boil over into outright war. The power of monarchs, mages, and priests hangs in the balance. 6 unlikely heroes join forces to confront the coming chaos. They shall decide, once and for all, the fate of Drakkenheim.
When last we left our heroes, Wilhelm, Rudy, Wrath, and Ava had successfully taken Castle Sodden Keep with the assistance of their forces. There they battled against the body of Everett Freed, which transformed into a horrific monster, which they destroyed quite handily by Rudy. And then Ava confronted her contaminated, ailing father, Duke Ludwig von Fritz, and gave him the fate that he deserved. That being done, you consolidate your position in the keep and learned from Steward Doan that the remnants of the castle staff, as well as Ava von Fritz's sister, Heidi, had been taken to the von Fritz mines for some nefarious purpose. You know that the mines were being guarded by von Fritz's forces as well and fortified to some degree. However, exhausted from your day of battle, it does seem like you have decided to take a long rest before planning your next move. Is that correct?
Yes, with the keep in our possession, I think it's best that we just went through a pretty intense battle. I think it's best that we rest up, let the troops rest, make sure that the castle is secured, and then in the morning, we will find our way into the mines one way or another.
And I'm hoping that no one has any more nightmares, at least for tonight, but if we do, let's stay on guard.
All right. Everybody bring a notebook to bed with you so that you can write down any dreams that you have.
Speaking of dream, I have an idea. You know your sister.
Yes.
Astute observation.
This
I did.
Can we cut that long pause? This spell shapes a creature's dreams. Choose a creature known to you as the target of the spell. Would I be able to use dream on Heidi?
Yes, Heidi is known to you. You don't know Heidi, but you know of her.
And I can send Ava, as a conduit. Oh. It doesn't have to be me, and you can reach out and speak to her in the dream.
Okay, but we should talk first about what to communicate to her. The exact same thing that made me believe that she was potentially our best option for the Von Fritz line is also something that has become very risky, knowing now that Fried has already taken her to a secondary location, if you will. She is easily influenced. I worry that she might be working for the wrong side at this point. So what can we do, if not to convince her even that our side is the correct one, but even to convince her that it is the winning one?
Perhaps informing her that her father's gone and the castle has been taken is enough to stir some emotional response from her. I like this plan, but I do want to caution that entering somebody's dreams doesn't seem... I mean, I'm no expert on magic, the opposite, actually, but entering somebody's dreams doesn't seem too far off telepathy, which we know that Everett Fried is still down there and is interfering with all of our telepathic communications, so there may be an added risk to this plan. I'm not saying we shouldn't take that risk, just wanted everybody to be aware.
Maybe I should do a test. You still around? I try to communicate telepathically with Wilhelm. I
Having
kind of test it out.
demonstrated your mastery of your own psychic presence, you are now able to do this without any risk to yourself. So simply give me a charisma check. You can add your proficiency modifier to see if you can sense this.
I get a 24.
Okay. Whatever this psychic presence is, it infests this region, perhaps for miles around, giving whatever the locus of it an extrasensory perception of Toddsfeld, the keep, the mines, everywhere. You feel the crushing weight of it deep beneath the earth, as if that is its point of origin. And it's, although you have broken it, whatever kind of appendages through which it acts, one might say that you can cut the puppet strings, but the puppeteer still sees the stage.
So there is a risk associated with sending her a dream. It's possible that that message could be co-opted, intercepted, that it could give this presence access to us or to Heidi or both.
Perhaps it is still beneficial, though, because then we will know what state she's in, whether she's able to communicate back to us or if she's already gone.
Is that with dream, do we receive any indication of the recipient, or?
When you are, if the messenger appears in the target's dreams and can converse with the target as long as the target is asleep, through the duration of the 8-hour-long spell. Ostensibly, the messenger can also shape the environment of the dream and emerge from the trance at any time, and the target recalls the dream perfectly upon waking.
I think it still might be worth it, and
Yeah.
perhaps we can create a comfortable space for Heidi, perhaps her home, and you being her sister. We don't know what state she's in or who is influencing her, but we might be able to at least discern some information on where she is, what is happening. It could be extremely beneficial, although mildly dangerous, but we would possibly gain the edge in our journey, because we're about to venture into a well without any idea what's down there, other than a terrible echoing voice of Everett Fried. We're making an assumption that this well might connect to the barricaded mine, where Everett Fried is clearly doing something that is influencing this whole region.
I think it would be best to assume that whatever conversation you have with Heidi is being watched.
Don't give her any information about us, only ask information about her.
And with the dream, can she end it? Or do you have to end it?
As
The messenger can emerge from the trance at any time.
Okay.
So if you
Then-
think Freed's taken over, maybe get out so that way he can't manipulate the situation either.
Okay. Is there anything we want to ask her to do other than gaining information from her about what's going on in the mines, about her state? Is there anything she could do to help us from the inside that it would be useful to
she could maybe
suggest?
describe her last waking knowledge,
Yeah.
where she is, what she
And if
remembers.
she's seen anything in the mines to tell us what's happening.
I'm also wondering if there's anyone loyal to her, that might be able to help her out as well. Just to
Right, among the castle staff, maybe.
surround herself with people that she can trust.
Yeah.
Even the events that led up to the current state of affairs, what the last weeks were.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
The target does have to be asleep, and so as long as that sleep happens within about 8 hours, it should work.
Okay.
And
Do you want to
finally,
do this?
before we're going to be taking a long rest after?
Yep.
Do you want any? Does anyone else have any rings? Do you have a ring? Do you have a ring?
Oh, I have a ring of spell strike.
Do you want anything for your ring?
I don't think I've used anything in it, but I guess I could cast it just to get rid of it.
Yeah, you could empty stuff out and change it out.
If you want,
You
like,
can worry about that in a moment. Why don't we focus on this scene,
the dream.
the dream? Okay.
So we'll set out some nice pillows, light some candles. I will cast dream to send you to your sister.
Okay. You enter into the trance. What does Heidi look like?
I imagine we probably look in many ways similar. Probably dark hair. Maybe she has similarly narrow features to me, but maybe different eyes, like my mother's eyes or something like that. But I think we share enough similarities that you could tell that we were sisters looking at us.
Okay. You enter into Heidi's dream. She is asleep. It is that strange kind of sleep that one has when they're in a coma. And the dream that you enter into is a disturbing place. You entering into the dream, it is pitch black. And you walk upon rippling black water that echoes and ripples throughout an endless void. In that space, suspended in the air, is Heidi. And she is garbed in a nightgown, and her eyes are closed, and it is if, though she is upright, it is like she is laying in a bed, having a nightmare within the dream.
So I have some control over this space, right? The dream space.
Yes.
So I want to start by creating light. I can maybe just like I would cast light or something, maybe even dancing lights, since I'd be familiar with that as a spell, to just sort of illuminate the space first.
Illuminating the space reveals a massive cavern. Looking up, the cavern is made of red meat, like muscle. In places it is scratched off, revealing a skull, a bone-like stone, as if you are within a hollow head.
Something
And
isn't hurt.
suspended, and as the light illuminates, you can see that the bed that Heidi was in is almost like a brain stem that she is cradled within.
Can I go to her and, like, try and wake the dream version of her?
You approach her and tap her awake, and she screeches and breathes and sees you and clutches onto you and says, "Ava?"
It's okay. You're having a nightmare.
She looks around and she says, "I don't know where I am."
Neither do I. But do you remember? Maybe we can figure it out together. What was the last thing you remember?
Am I dreaming? Am I asleep?
You are dreaming.
I want to wake up.
I want that too, but we can't help you until we know what's happening.
Father said that we all had to go to the mines where we would be safe. But that doctor, that doctor, there was something wrong about him. I didn't want to go. Am I asleep in the mines?
I'm not sure what's happening, but I'm glad that you didn't trust him, the doctor. That's a good impulse. You're a smart girl.
When we came, I was with the rest of the castle staff. They said that we would be safe, and we went onto the elevator. And then I remember falling asleep.
And nothing since?
I woke up a moment ago. And as she says that, the dream shifts. And for within the spell, she has some control as well and can shape the environment of her own dream.
Nice.
And you see in the room that you're in this cavern, almost like portals open, as if eyes are opening dimly to look out into the space that she is in.
And what do you see through the portals?
She says, "We're deep in the mines. It's wet. There's something warm all around me, like water." And she looks out and you can see the image, and her eyes open and she's in some sort of yellowish green liquid looking out through a membrane.
She's like stored. Feels like.
And she looks out, and hazily through the membrane, you can see an eerily lit, massive cavern filled with delirium crystals. And betwixt the crystals, there are pods of rock and flesh where sacks of yellow fluid hold suspended the castle staff. Her vision slips around and looks downwards, and in the center of this chamber, you see that writhing veins like blood vessels connect from each of the pods towards a central glowing pool where something large and fleshy pulses. And as your vision catches onto it, that same presence that has been watching this whole time pulls upon you. What are you gonna do?
Oh, I'm right as the minute I start to feel it, I want to put a hand on her shoulder, and I want to say, I just want to say, like, be strong, we're coming, just in case anything happens.
Okay. The presence tries to seize you. Give me an intelligence saving throw.
Intelligence saving throw.
You can do it.
This is what I do.
Is there anything I can do to help? I'm not very proficient with intelligence.
Okay, you are monitoring the spell, so give me an insight check to see if you can watch Ava as she's in the spell.
Insight's not great. I get a 5.
Unfortunately, you're not able to stay, you're monitoring her, but you're trying to watch for signs of distress, and you miss them.
I totally am watching my cat right now.
Fair enough. I would be too. That is an 18.
It once again tries to seize control of your mind, but you resist with all of your intellect.
Okay. I feel like I don't want to stay here too much longer, and it seems like she doesn't have a ton of information, but I want to look out. I think last thing I want to look out through those portals. And can I see anything in that central vat that's being fed or connected through these tubes? Do you see a shape?
Give me a perception check.
Okay. Perception. Oh God. That's a 10.
It is enough to see within the pool is a gross, malformed, gigantic human brain.
Okay.
What is that?
I think I gotta get out of here. I'm just going to, I already reassured her. I don't know if there's really anything else that I could do. Oh, I'm just gonna tell her, I hope that we will speak again soon, but just in case we don't, you should know that Father is dead.
What? And then the dream ends.
Anyway, see you later. Okay. I'm gonna wake up from the dream trance. Oh, this is bad. This is bad things. This is bad.
What's bad?
What happened?
Well, Heidi and all of the staff, they're being, I don't know, they're powering or feeding or somehow connected to the thing. Do I, as Ava, I feel like I, as Ginny, maybe have an inkling here, but do I, as Ava, know what that thing could be?
Such a thing does not exist within the knowledge of mortals for such creatures, though you may have suspicions, have never been before encountered in this world.
Okay. There is a big brain. A big brain in a pool. And all of the humans that have been captured are connected to it in some way.
What Ava is smart enough to put together is that Everett Freed's body didn't have its brain in it.
So is it just his brain that's super charged?
Considering all the delirium and the contamination around here, that is a very reasonable...
Everett
I
Freed
think
may
it's
have...
possible, yes, that Freed's brain has been fed, enlarged, strengthened, contaminated, such that it has gained power and scale.
So we destroyed Everett Freed's body, but his mind is now its own monster.
But I think potentially a positive in this situation is that it does appear that some of its strength at least must be coming from the living creatures that it's connected to. Otherwise, why would he keep them alive? So it's possible that if we are able to cut off that power source or maybe web of psychic connection or something, that will weaken him.
We still don't know if this well is an entry point, but we did hear, you said that you heard his voice, and you said that it got stronger as you went deeper.
Yes.
So we have reason to believe that this well could be an alternate entrance to the mines. We need to destroy the mind in the mine of Everett Freed.
We will free him
So tight.
of his. No, yours was better. Sorry. Yeah. I shouldn't have tried to walk all over that.
However, everyone who's captive in that mine is surrounded by delirium and has been for as long as they've been in the mines, I suspect. So I'm sure that they are contaminated at this point.
They may not be beyond help. We've been in and out of Drakkenheim, which is literally filled with delirium everywhere. Sebastian, Veo, and Pluto spent months in that city, going in and out, but
Veo grew up there.
Veo literally was there for like 20
I'm
years.
contaminated right now.
15 years.
Who
Me
knows?
too. It's gross.
Give me an Arcana check, Ava.
15.
You are aware that there have been several malfeasant wizards that have hung out in the ruins of Drakkenheim, and you have been able to study some of the research that the Academy has recovered. Being at the cutting edge of the contamination research, one thing that has been surmised by some, and this is, you can make of this what you will for your research, is that running the bodily fluids or the blood from an uncontaminated individual through a contaminated individual can be a way of creating sort of a state of, say, equilibrium. One of the few techniques that has been put forward as a way of reversing a contaminated, like someone who's been fully contaminated, has actually been a full-on swap of siphoning the contamination out of one being and driving it into another. And that type of magic, obviously, it comes at the expense of others, but it's possible that these individuals may be in some way allowing Freed's mind to remain lucid despite the madness that contamination would normally inflict upon it. And the madness being, a very loose definition of sanity here, right? Consider all things considered.
So you're saying that he's putting potentially his contaminated blood, he's filtering it into these uncontaminated individuals to
Like
potentially
to clean it.
to help him survive longer?
Without being able to see the situation, it's hard to say, but
gnarly.
there is magic that allows, has been magic that has been developed and used that allows contaminated energies to move into an uncontaminated individual, thus restoring the original form of the uncontaminated individual. So the idea of using uncontaminated individuals to moderate or equalize contamination is not unheard of.
Yeah, it's we talk about this a lot in the field of contamination research. We call it contamination laundering, or potentially the human kidney.
Interesting name.
It's terrible.
But when you were in the mind of your sister, did she seem like she was getting there, or did she seem okay?
It seemed like her consciousness was trapped. The impression I got is that she is not capable of waking in her human body at this moment.
But is it still connected to her body?
It did seem from the gruesome visual that her mind is in her skull. So I found that heartening, personally.
Good news.
Good news. This is progress.
Well, now that you've seen that horrible vision, I think it's all time for us to go to sleep.
Great.
Yeah. Now let's go back to the dream world individually.
No, but I think first thing in the morning, we venture into the well to try to save your sister. I would say we leave now, but I don't think any of us are at our best after the battles we've been through.
Yeah.
And I just don't think we'd be much help.
Okay.
Oh, question. Do we keep the HP or the max HP? from
Hero's Feast lasts 24 hours.
Yeah. I just don't know if a long rest then does that.
It doesn't undo it. The effect of Hero's Feast do last for 24 hours, and all this fighting has occurred. So
Nice.
I am nothing if not merciful. You may keep the effects of the Hero's Feast for at least the first part of the day tomorrow.
Okay,
Amazing.
thank you.
Can I, ring-wise, I still have all my second level spell slots left, and I don't know, some foolish part of my human brain made me have dark vision in my ring of spell storing, because I was like, I'm a human, I don't have dark vision.
Do you want something? I have.
Your eyeballs are now making me think that maybe right before we go into a mine is when I should retain that spell. Which makes sense.
Do you want anything? I have.
Can you give her your
Right
wishes?
now I've got dark vision, invisibility, and wall of fire stored in my...
I have telekinesis, synaptic static, hypnotic pattern, hold monster, dimension door.
I have
How much room do you have in terms of spells?
8 levels.
I could give you mass suggestion if you wanted.
Is that an 8th level?
It's a 6th level.
The only limitation for the Academy Ring is that while you can store more than 8 levels worth of spells, the highest individual can only be up to 5.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
okay,
Fifth.
sorry.
Yeah, I mean, like, I could lose...
Do any of those interest you? Just before we rest, because I have spell slots.
I have access to Dimension Door. Yeah, I don't know.
I have Misty Step, Enlarge Reduce, Arcane Lock.
Yeah, I also have Misty Step. Part of me was thinking I should replace maybe Invisibility for Misty Step, because Invisibility level 2 only does one person anyway. So maybe I'll just cast, yeah, Misty Step feels like a good one to have a number of, right? Because I can
Can't hurt.
only do a second level at this point,
Yeah,
so...
okay.
Unless somebody has a better idea, I'll replace Invisibility with Misty Step.
All right,
Big
sounds
fan
good.
of Misty Step. I love Misty Step.
All of you can roll me a d20.
Ooh.
D20.
Oh, is this for sleeping?
Oh. 5.
4.
19.
15.
Oh, Wrath, you susceptible-minded fool.
That's the problem with cat doors. They open 2 ways. Let it in, let it out. Let it in, let it out.
Presence, as you sleep, invades your mind.
No.
You see, Wrath, the dream before you, where Bruce, destroyed by the psychic presence of this being, as you are dragged into the depths and placed within one of these pods, your mind drained of its essence to feed the thing that Everett Freed is becoming, until your body drained, your head explodes, and from the bloodied stump, your body becomes one of the creatures that Everett Freed's body became, the tentacled mass emerging from it. And you are just but another puppet, a thrall. And in that conduit, you see that even Freed, with what he has become, is but a puppet of another. Give me a wisdom saving throw. But you'd still have advantage from the Hero's Feast.
Oh my gosh. Wisdom. I'm actually not too bad at wisdom. I get a 25.
Okay, you have made your save against the nightmare effect of the dream spell, which would have denied you the benefits of a long rest.
Oh, wow. Yikes.
I wake up in a panic and I search the room and you see me just grab Bruce and I hold him and I start like clutching him and like rocking.
Does he scratch you in the face?
Oh yeah. he fights the love a lot. I don't care.
Let me love you.
I thought you were God. It was so real.
I don't see anything different about this situation as normal.
Yeah, we're like, oh, Wrath is woken up again.
Happening again.
Regular, everyday, normal alarm clock Wrath.
It came after me. The creature.
Again, normal wake-up wrath.
It was so real. No, listen. I can still hear it. It invaded my mind.
Wait, the creature, Everett Freed.
Something deeper.
Then Everett Freed.
Yes.
What do you mean?
I don't know.
Great.
It was scary.
You can't just lay out there's something beyond Everett Freed and tell me more.
Yeah, if I knew. I do not know. It is something. There's something else.
You mean in addition
Beyond Freed.
to, or
Freed is just in line to something greater.
you mean he's Everett trapped? Why are you all laughing? This is so serious.
I know. I wish not to trivialize the situation.
I'm sorry, that's why you shouldn't invite me.
Okay.
Exactly.
It's awful.
Yeah. I saw a reality that was not real, but there's something else.
Is a reality that's not real really reality?
Yeah. Is this just a dream that you
Yeah.
had that you're just...
Like, maybe you had a normal nightmare. We've been dealing with a lot,
I
Raph.
do not have nightmares. I have spent years perfecting the ability to keep thoughts out.
You literally let a cat think for you. All the time.
It does not think for me. It thinks and it tells me what to do and I do it. There's a difference.
Yeah. Anyway, Raph, sorry.
The point is that there's something else beyond Freed. We can't assume that Freed is the end.
I mean, we've assumed this whole time that Freed was the mastermind. He's literally a mastermind.
It's beyond that.
But-
There's something else controlling Freed.
That's very
And
concerning.
I think you know what it is.
Bruce?
The Duchess? You think the Duchess is controlling Everett Freed?
Yes. Whatever this feeling is, this feeling that we have in this space, it emanates from miles. We cannot tell its origin. Freed is just... He's awful, but he's just one thing. Whatever this thing is it stretches throughout this marsh, this land. And we've only felt that one other time, when we were in Ashen Bay.
The Duchess is aquatic?
Yes.
Do you think that that the reason they're using the mines and tunneling is to create to allow water to travel over further distances?
It could be.
Or new pathways for them to move under.
Yeah.
Ever since we saw that the Duchess is alive, all I can think is that it's out there. It was formidable when we killed it.
Honestly, giving the Duchess's body to the Amethyst Academy might have been the worst decision we ever made, because they immediately lost it. I'm not impressed with the security systems in place.
I agree, the bookkeeping should be tighter. I've always said that.
Yeah, we have very low accountability for that.
They put it on a ship, and the ship immediately crashed into some rocks. What were they doing?
Did it crash?
I don't know. I read a report.
I didn't read
A bunch of apothecaries then took anyway.
The point is that when we go down that well, we get closer to whatever it is.
I have a theory that the Duchess... There was an indication that it was seen swimming out of Todsfeld. Something was seen leaving. I have a feeling that the Duchess may have returned to her reef.
Whatever I believe its reach is far more.
It may still be influencing here, but this is a
Yes.
conduit to the Duchess's lair. we may need to return to Ash Bay after this.
Yes.
And face whatever Everett Freed has created. And Everett Freed's goal was to resurrect the Duchess, and I think he was toying with entities beyond his comprehension, and even a great scientist as you may have been, you may be right, and the Duchess may have, once awoken, turned him into a thrall like she did everybody else.
Do you think it is the Duchess, or is it something else using her body? Do
I
you think
don't-
he's invited, or something's been invited, just like Bruce not being from here? That something else has come through and just used whatever, those soft spots or weak spots or whatever we
Thin
were in.
places.
Thin places that we were investigating. Something else came through and has just fed upon Freed's desire.
For creatures of the space between worlds, a physical body in the mortal world is little more than an appendage. For such creatures, in the space between worlds, there is no necessary connection between the physical and the mental, and there is no up or down or back and forth. And so it can be that for many creatures of the space between worlds, their materiality is not the thing itself.
This is a lot of terrifying information, but our mission stays the same. It just keeps getting more layers added to it, but we still need to go into the mines. We need to save your sister, and we
all
need to
of the
destroy
other castle stuff.
and all of the castle staff and destroy Everett Freed.
In whatever form he currently exists.
Agreed.
All right. How would you like to approach that?
Is that your speech?
Yeah, 19 hit points.
So we long rested? We got
Yeah.
a long rest?
And keep your 12 max
12,
HP.
12 from Hero's Feast and 19 temp from my speech. Yeah, that was inspired.
You're getting
I'm
really good at
inspired.
those.
Yeah, it was
They're
an
so,
accident.
they're so casual. They just come out.
Yeah,
Come so far.
You've really,
it's the sword.
So what approach would you like to take to get
Going down a well.
We're going down the well.
going down a well?
It's more than 100 feet. I can walk down.
I can fly.
I can't.
I can fly. I can cast fly on both of us.
Oh?
Uh-huh.
That would be
I
useful.
can do, what level do you need to cast it on a second person? 4th level, maybe? 4th level or higher, one additional creature. So yeah, we can do it on us too.
All right.
Okay.
We get it for 10 minutes?
10 minutes concentration.
I feel like you're gonna all be a lot fast. I'll run. When you're running along the well, what's the like? Do I have to crouch? Like if we're picturing the well,
No, you can stand. It's a wide well,
so I can run.
and it widens as you get to the deep parts.
This
of
is
the
me
well.
well.
Who's going first?
Can you see in the dark?
Oh yeah, I should use my ring of spell storing to cast darkness on myself.
Because you can see in the
Dark
dark.
vision.
Dark
Not
vision?
You
darkness,
can't
dark
see in the
vision.
dark.
I can see in the
Okay.
dark.
That's not concentration, right?
No, you have dark vision for 8 hours.
Great. I'm gonna cast dark vision on myself right now using my ring of spell storing.
Okay.
I have blind sense, so I can technically find
Yeah.
my way.
Okay.
So you proceed into the depths, down the well. The well ends. All's well that ends well.
Episode name? We'll see.
Baldur's Gate has broken my mind because I'm like, all's well that ends not as bad as it could have.
And as the stonework of the well breaks out into the damp earth of the marshland, the rough passageway meanders into the depths of the earth for hundreds of feet. You can all roll the d6.
5.
5.
4.
4.
Okay. What was the lowest roll?
4.
4.
Okay. You proceed through this intestinal-like tunnel into the bowels of the earth, proceeding until you come to a steep drop where murky water fills the tunnel.
Oh, there's no other way to go. We just come to water.
Continues, and then the tunnel continues, but it is completely flooded.
Is there just
I used to
wondering-
know how to breathe in the water.
I was gonna say, I'm wondering
I do not know.
if I were an actual level 16 wizard instead of someone who just built this character a few days ago, if I would have thought to prepare different spells.
Roll a d20.
3. Nope, it was a busy night.
I will be merciful and say that you have water breathing in your spell book if you'd like to cast it as a ritual.
Oh, that would be amazing. How long is the rituals? Are 10 minutes?
Yeah.
We can.
But casting that would end your fly spell.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
But we're at the bottom, right? We're
Yeah.
But is the bottom water? There's no ground.
No, there's
or there's...
I kind of imagine it kind of hooks a little bit, and then you got a little bit of ground, and then
Because, like, we can't fly in the water, so I don't know what else we'd do with flying while we have it.
and the water is definitely contaminated.
Oh.
And it's only 10 minutes of flying anyway, so.
You still have those syringes.
Awkward
I do.
Spurgo.
Yes.
We have 2?
I think perhaps a better. Is water breathing concentration?
No.
Okay, great. Because perhaps a better solution would be that I could cast the field one.
Neutralizing
Neutralizing
field?
field, which moves with us
Ooh.
and would protect all of us from contamination while it is up.
If you cast neutralizing field and then we stick together and head into the water, and with water breathing, we may just be able to carry on.
Yes, let me
I'm a
make sure.
fan of a dark, deep tunnel filled with contaminated water and us in a tiny little. This is
all of your claustrophobia.
Neutralizing.
I'm afraid of claustrophobia. I have claustrophobia. I'm afraid of ghosts. I don't like tentacled monsters. And hydras. New one for me. I'm afraid of hydras.
Where'd you get that one?
Oh, don't know.
I don't know, it just came to me.
Neutralizing field is a 10-foot radius sphere around me, the caster, and it is held for up to 1 hour. So as long as we don't get into a fight under the water, we should be okay to get through the water and into the air again.
Monty's smiling.
If we do get into a fight, I won't be able to cast anything concentration, or we will start taking contamination.
That's okay. You need to focus on keeping us alive in the water. Rudy will focus on killing anything that we come across.
Okay.
Typically my
Should
job.
we maybe take some Aqua Spurgo anyways?
I have 3, right?
3 or 2?
In the thingy?
Who should take it?
There's we'll say that within the resources that you have on hand, there would have been enough for all of you to have 4. Aqua Spurgo they're held in syringes. They are an orange liquid that you administer to the heart.
I still am voting for a suppository at some point.
I know you've asked
there's one
several
each?
times. We've gotten all your letters.
All right.
Jamming the... Okay.
Ready,
it's
one.
the
Wait,
needle
so
in-
we're all doing this instead of neutralizing field?
Oh, and no.
We're going to do
Also-
the neutralizing field
So
as
if you
well.
fall out of the neutralizing field, if we get
This
into a
will
battle,
protect
this
you.
still will give you 3.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, basically, taking the dose of Aqua Spurgo gives you
Oh, we
3.
didn't count.
Okay, gives you 3 charges, where if you fail a saving throw against a contamination effect,
You can
you can
win it
succeed
instead.
instead.
Okay.
But after you use the 3rd use, or at the end, for every use that you didn't use, you're going to be sick and retching and take damage.
Yeah,
It's horrible.
It's unpleasant to come off of the drug, but the drug will protect us for the duration that we are in there.
Okay.
You ready? Jam it as hard as you can in your
God.
heart.
Oh, God.
Okay. And with that,
Good object work, everybody.
you enter into the contaminated waters deep beneath the marshlands.
And I cast neutralizing field too.
Swimming through, and all of you can see in the dark.
I have
There
blind
is no
sense.
light down here, and you couldn't even light a torch.
Yes.
So we can also
Dark vision.
Dark vision.
Okay.
blind sense,
Dark vision.
and we're in a little magical bubble of
Yeah, everybody has to stay
neutralization.
within 10 feet of me.
Yeah.
Could I use? I mean, I know the light. I'm gonna cast light on Wilhelm's eye patch.
I'm leading.
The light bursts out in the darkness, and as you swim,
We're like a little homemade submarine.
the pocket of
Everybody
stuff,
hold hands. We can't get too far apart.
you enter into the tunnel, which then connects to a great underground aquifer, opening up into a massive, completely flooded cavern. All around you now are swimming about subterranean aquatic creatures like trilobites and like little tadpole sort of things. A little bit of life that lives in the deep caverns of the earth. Perhaps some phosphorescent deep kelp or something like that. You can all roll me perception checks.
This dice going away.
23.
15.
7.
4.
Rudy, there's something swimming in the depths. An undulating serpentine shape with white and purple scales swimming about in this cavern. But you see where it drains out. Opposite on the opposite side, the edges of your dark vision, just as you see the glimmers of the phosphorescent essence, you can feel the ebb of the flow of the water to somewhere else.
Can I talk when I'm water breathing? How does that?
Doesn't water breathing allow you to?
I believe
Talk?
it does.
I think it does.
I could also say that if you wanted to do the telepathic bond as well, but I guess you're trying to avoid it.
Beforehand.
Yes, they can breathe underwater. They retain their normal mode of respiration. It doesn't say specifically that you can speak.
I feel like if you could breathe.
Yeah, I'll allow it.
Can you
I
point? Can you point underwater?
Yeah, I guess I'm like, how I get your attention. I can't even clap or anything.
You can literally tug it, like we're all within 10 feet of each other.
Yeah, I guess I tug, and I'm gonna assume that I can't really speak, but I'm gonna
What is it, Rudy?
I kind of point around, and then I point to the space where we need to go, and I'm like, go, 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 go.
All right.
This way.
Cool. All of us, I imagine, together.
Yeah.
I think we're just going to try to head to the
Yeah.
drain.
I'm gonna stay closest to where the thing I see swimming, just to kind of get you guys behind me as much as I can.
Within this colossal cavern swims a massive creature, and as you swim across, you see its slithering body as it cycles and swims around, coiling over and around itself, and opening its face with long, undulating tentacles to attack. So you're on that side, the exit's on this side,
Oh.
and the creature is betwixt you and the exit.
Oh. Okay. It's probably like 500 feet or less, you think? The question is, do we think this creature will be able to get us outside of the water? Is flight going to actually get us out of this fight?
Okay.
Sorry.
The creature sees you. You hear the hissing noise, the metallic roar that reverberates through the cavern. As the massive creature attacks. Roll for initiative.
Okay.
Ooh.
Gosh, that worm sure looks purple.
Oh man.
My replacement die also sucks. Just everybody's failing me today. 6.
Well,
24.
Rudy?
18.
9.
Not over 10.
I haven't gone
right?
over 10 in
Okay.
a while.
Few episodes.
Wilhelm, you are the first to act. And I will remind you, since none of you have a swim speed, your movement speed underwater is basically halved.
I draw Varenthorn and start sending force blades out.
Rippling through the water?
Yeah,
Yeah, you shoot the worm?
yeah. So I poorly swing in the water. I'm like, brr, and it like causes me to like spin a little bit. And but out of me shoots these force blades towards the creature. Getting a 25 to hit.
Oh, the blade of force collides with it. Not hard. This is a massive creature.
I don't get sneak attack.
Yeah, because if you don't have a swim speed, many weapon attacks are done with disadvantage.
Is this one of those? I'm shooting force from my sword.
I'll say in this case you wouldn't have disadvantage because you're kind of
But I
like
don't have advantage or any
Yeah.
like there's nothing here
Yeah.
giving me sneak attack, unfortunately. 27 damage.
Okay. The colossal creature is barely wounded by just a scratch for the creature of this size.
Do it again. Getting even more. Nope. 30.
Okay. Rudy, it is your turn.
Are we swimming together or are we swimming separately? I guess
You are swimming together to essentially remain within Ava's neutralizing field because the water you are in is contaminated.
So we're gonna move
So you are underground.
together.
No,
In
you get to
contaminated
choose
water.
what you do on your turn.
Yeah, if we don't move as a group, then you do expose yourself to contamination. But
Yeah.
It's up to you,
I'm just wondering if we do decide when's that movement happening.
right? Because it can't all happen at once.
Yeah.
Just a little bit? I guess I have to stay within 10 feet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I am going to try to cast. I'm not gonna do anything, but a moonbeam on it.
Yeah? All right. All right.
From my axe, I have a magical axe. that
Okay,
lets
what kind of saving throw is it?
It is a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, so the moonbeam comes down. I get a 16 on my con save.
It's a 15. Yeah.
Okay. So I guess no damage from that first coming down.
And I guess it comes down, and then every time you have to do a.
Sure.
Is that how?
Alrighty. The massive creature swims forward. Who's out in front?
Rudy.
Undulating, it swims right up underneath Rudy and just
Heavy.
hey! You do not have a swim speed?
Nope.
So I have advantage on the attack roll. So I get a 31 to hit.
Silvery barbs?
Yeah.
Wow, I rolled another 19. So yeah, it's still, that actually makes it 32.
Oh no! Okay. Oh. It's fine.
Okay. You take 30 bludgeoning damage, and yeah, you're eaten.
I am eaten.
Where's Rudy?
As I'm going in, I'm like, run! And I get eaten by the thing.
Yep, you are now in its gullet. You are blinded and restrained, and you take you're going to take acid damage as you get dissolved at the start of each of its turns.
Oh my god, I have an idea.
I also have an idea.
Because you are also
ideas.
swallowed, you are exposed to the contamination in its body, so give me a Constitution saving throw.
That's a natural 1, but I have a 10 plus on my Constitution saving throw.
Would you like to use one of your
Yes.
Expurgo charges?
Please.
Okay.
Cool.
Wrath, it's your turn.
Can we see the exit?
Yeah. The exit is large enough for this creature to follow you down it.
Okay. But there's an exit.
But there is an exit.
And Rudy's gone.
Yeah, Rudy's just eaten.
Eaten.
Bye, Rudy. Wilhelm, I say in your mind, do you trust me?
Sometimes.
And I'm going to dimension door Wilhelm and myself
To the exit?
to the exit.
Okay. You do this. You are thus both in the contaminated water, so I need Constitution saving throws from both of you.
Can I give my silvery barbs advantage to
The king!
the king?
Okay. And you still have a level of contamination from before, don't you?
Oh yeah.
I should have given it to you. Sorry.
Okay.
And it's a con save, right?
Yeah. And did you had one too?
I do.
Yeah.
We had an 18.
16.
The DC is 20, gents.
I use my first charge
I'll use my first charge.
to stave off the contamination.
Okay. Ava, it's your turn.
Okay. I would like to swim into its mouth.
This is what I wanted to happen.
If it's not open, I just want to get right in front of its mouth so that it can swallow me on its turn.
Okay. Sure. Alrighty. I'm going to allow this.
Okay?
Yeah. You swim into its mouth.
Can I find Rudy?
It's going to have to attack you on its turn to swallow you.
Okay, then I will
Okay.
simply wait until then. Can I don't even need to hold an action because of what I'm doing.
Okay.
But I guess it would be good to have something. I'll hold, because otherwise I just don't
Remember,
use
if
my
you
turn.
ready an action, you have to, it's to cast a spell. You have to concentrate, so it will end your concentration on neutralizing field.
That's right. Okay, then I will remain. I'll just let it swallow me and be cool.
Wilhelm, it is your turn.
I like that we both said to each other that we had a
You're like,
plan.
I have a plan.
And I think we had the exact same plan.
Okay.
The next section will be different.
What are you going to do, Wilhelm?
Well, seeing Ava do this, I feel like I'm like, oh, there goes my plan. But also, Wrath grabbed me and brought me over here. I'm going to just keep swinging my sword at it.
Okay.
So,
With disadvantage.
disadvantage.
Because you're because of the sword's range.
Right. Okay, that's going to be
Into the abyss.
25.
Okay, roll the second attack. Are you attacking twice?
Yeah.
Okay, just roll both.
Disadvantage just turned a crit into a crit failure.
I love disadvantage. Okay, roll the damage for one hit.
Does Ava being right in front of its mouth give me sneak attack?
No, because you have a disadvantage on the attack.
Right. You're right. Well, that's a shame.
Get it in the butt.
I do. I get it right in the
One
butt.
on each end.
Oh, that was a bad roll.
Rudy, you're on deck.
That's going to be 21 damage.
Okay, it takes 21 damage, and Rudy, you're being digested.
Fun.
For also 21 damage.
Do I have to do any sort of save since I'm in contaminated water? or
Right,
anything?
you're ending your turn in contaminated water, so I need a con save.
Not to bring that up against myself. But
Oh no, I appreciate you being honest.
I get a 29.
Oh wow, good for you.
Thank you.
Okay. Super. Rudy.
Is there water inside it, or is it just acid?
I mean, all in the sense that all creatures have water in them.
Sounds like there's a lot of acid.
It's okay. Don't know if this is gonna hurt me and it or not, but I'm thinking just like, I can't see anything, but I'm gonna cast lightning bolt. Just in a direction. Hopefully I don't hit you.
Okay.
And I figure being in the water, it's not gonna be super pleasant, but
Okay, I gotta give a disadvantage on its saving throw.
It's an electric eel now.
So
Pokemon rules.
yeah, because Pokemon rules. And I'll just say that it takes max damage from the lightning bolt because you're casting it inside it in water. So it's 8d6. So that's 48 lightning damage.
Nice.
Wow.
And you just see like this shock from the outside
Outside,
of it.
Wilhelm and Wrath were like, "Oh no, it has electrical powers."
It's mutating.
It convulses, but it doesn't throw you up. And so it goes to its turn, and naturally it's going to eat Ava.
Yeah,
You're playing into its
It gets
instincts.
a 26 to hit.
it hits me.
You take 20 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
I need a con save, DC 10 for concentration. And you are eaten.
That's all my 10 HP. Con save. That's gonna be 12.
You do succeed. It is worth noting that neutralizing field is a abjuration spell, so it would charge your
My
arcane
arcane ward.
Yeah.
Excellent. Then that is
Nice.
active now.
So yeah, it eats you,
Excellent. That's what I wanted.
which means that you're inside its guts, worming around in there. Yeah, so it's technically Wrath's turn next.
The exit. Can you describe the exit?
The exit is similar to the entrance.
How
so,
wide is it?
So it's conveniently worm-shaped. As if perhaps the exits and entrances were dug by this creature so that it could then have more room to like stretch out in this underwater layer.
Like 10, 15 feet wide?
Yeah.
Okay. With Wilhelm, I think we're just hanging by the entrance where the abyss sort of ends, and it's like right by that and I imagine we're just like, whoa, come on!
Do you want to ready an action of some kind? Or are you just waiting?
That is a good question. I
You
do.
could still blast it from here.
If I ready an action, am I concentrating on the spell immediately?
Yeah.
But then could I lose concentration if I take damage?
No, you couldn't. No, I don't think so technically. I'm going to say in this case, no.
Because I do have an idea.
Okay.
I channel the powers of Broderick, and as soon as Rudy and Ava reach the threshold, I'm gonna cast Wall of Force over the
Oh, Baldrick's Wall of Force.
Baldrick's
Wall of Force. Okay.
from my Ring of Spell.
Okay. So, alrighty then.
Block the creature from chasing us.
So like
so smart.
when we're escaping, you're gonna got
Once
it.
we're all
Okay.
through.
Well, we now go to Ava's turn.
Okay.
Take 21 acid damage.
Okay, I really hope this works.
Oh, and then I also
I
have to save against
roll a save, right?
contamination.
Yeah.
I use another charge.
Okay.
Oh, I
You
don't
have
know if I
one-
did on my turn.
Oh, yeah, you should roll it.
Is
So
it,
I'm down to
just con, right?
Yep.
1.
Natural 20.
Okay, you're good.
Alright, this is my
30.
neutralizing field save. 14.
You're good.
Okay.
You're good. It's your turn, Ava.
Okay, this whole plan will not work if I can't find Rudy. So I'm willing to spend anything I can do this turn to try and find Rudy. We're
Okay.
going down the same route.
You're technically both blinded and restrained. So give me an athletics or acrobatics check.
Okay, I just want to be able to touch
Okay.
her.
Yep.
Athletics or acrobatics are the options?
Yep.
Acrobatics it is.
You
I'm
can
gonna
do
use
it.
my saving Rudy die. This one's already done
Okay.
it twice,
Okay.
so we'll rely on that. 17.
You grope around in the gullet, blinded in the dark, and you feel Rudy's neck, her back of her head.
I lay my hand against the back of her head, and into the mushy, acidic, disgusting, contaminated darkness, I say, Auf Wiedersehen! Which activates my contingent spell.
Which is Dimension Door.
Yes.
So the two of you, and what way are you going?
I want to go the same way they went.
All right, so you Dimension Door out of there. The two of you teleport out. You're at the entrance, and Wrath,
seal
wall
it
of
off.
forces,
Oh, I'm so glad that worked.
and then the creature angrily crashes into the wall of force. Its mouth opens like.
I say we swim.
Thank you for running. And thank you for getting me.
No problem. Are we still in the water?
Yeah.
Thank goodness the neutralizing field's back too. I am
Yes.
super contaminated. I'm feeling very sick. It's feeling good to be near her.
With my, I don't want to hang out here. I don't want, like, I don't know how this spell.
We only have about 10 minutes.
Okay, let's.
It's a head start.
Go.
This is how we swim.
Okay. You swim through the depths. Before finally, the flooded depths, you emerge through the tunnel, and it ends in in open water. So you swim back, and then you feel this strange sensation like the pressure is changing, as you breach the surface of the water, the only reason why the water level ends here is because of a shift in air pressure that is, like the water has nowhere to go, that it would flood, but only the air that is trapped within this cavern, it has nowhere to go, thus creating a sort of a vacuum. You emerge from the pool in the center of the room. You can place your miniatures there.
That he wants to be.
That's good.
And you see a hewn, rough passage around you. Behind you is a crop of delirium crystals emerging out of the stone, interspersed between a rich vein of bituminous coal and lignite. And here and other places are shimmering beams of iron ore. But the delirium is beginning to develop itself in this area. The air is humid and alternates between being hot and shivering cold. As the space breathes, so does the temperature change. You are deep beneath the earth, and there are wooden framings that support the chamber here. Mining equipment is strewn about, and the old remnants of an old mine track that was once carved through here. You must be deep beneath the Fritz mines. The chamber that you are in veers off in several different directions, but it is when you emerge from the pool that you see down the passageways are the lurking forms of several misshapen creatures. What will you do?
Do they see us?
None of you have approached with stealth,
So
and thus,
probably.
as you breach the surface of the water with a splash,
Right.
and ostensibly, I guess, pull yourselves out of the water.
That'd be ideal.
We're sort of getting away from a giant worm.
Yeah, we were being stealthy.
we're in a hurry.
There was light as well that was cast on Wilhelm.
That's true.
You see the lurking shadows as they hobble forward. A small form at first. It steps with one foot, then another foot, then another foot. You see this hobbling creature lunge forward. It looks like a pair of halflings have been merged together in a monstrous form. They having the clothes of a miner, one of the heads wearing like a mining helmet, one of the hands carrying a mining lantern, and two of its other arms waving mining picks as it moves forward from that passageway.
This one? This one?
Yep. Followed by another such unfortunate wretch. And another unfortunate wretch.
So many unfortunate wretches.
I usually don't condone violence against minors.
Especially those of such small stature.
Then, emerging from the other passage,
This one?
yes, are a pair of what were once humans, mutated and twisted through the contamination. They slink forward as bursting from their backs are long, spindly, tentacled limbs emerging off of their backs from that direction. They growl, and at the sight of you, howl with a maddened rage. Roll for initiative.
Compared to the worm, this is just a minor threat.
Oh my god.
Ava?
5.
Ooh.
Yeah. Just keeps getting worse.
Wilhelm.
19.
Rudy?
9.
Wrath.
22.
Whoa.
So good.
Look at you.
So proud.
I'm gonna kill so many of these things.
Just a little 20.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. As you emerge from the water, Wrath, you are the first to act.
Die! And I'm gonna shoot at the taller ones because I don't like to punch down.
Hurts your back.
She's darn knees. I get a 18 against the humanoid ones coming up behind us.
Okay. As you do, firing your Eldritch Blast.
Yeah.
Okay. As you do so, the 18 is a hit.
And it does 8 damage.
Okay.
And I blast it again. Does a 17 hit?
No, it is a narrow miss.
Oh, it hits the rocky wall.
They seem to have a great deal of agility.
Then I hit with a 28 for 15 damage.
Okay. It is wounded but not killed.
And each time pressing it back further
Okay.
down the cavern against the wall.
Wilhelm, it is your turn.
I leap over this little bit of pool here, and I'm going to finish what Wrath started, swing my blade from, I guess, ranged. That won't give me sneak attack. You know what?
It's very bloodied. You might not need it.
It is not bloodied.
Oh, it's not?
No.
Oh, sorry.
I'm going to
totally
run.
fine with everything.
I'm going to run right up to this guy, because then I will get sneak attack, and I'm going to attack him, getting a 28 to hit.
It does hit. The unfortunate wretch howls.
Poor unfortunate soul. Anyway.
I had one other Everett Freed pun that I wanted to make when he had tentacles, and then there wasn't time. I was gonna call him Everett Squid. But I think the Trapped one was better. I gotta say.
Yeah, trapped was great.
57 damage.
Okay. As you skewer the creature, it cries out in pain, but is still alive.
I disengage.
Okay. The creatures rush towards you all. The small, lumpy, fused together halflings surround Wrath and Ava.
Oh!
And the two others pursue Wilhelm.
Yeah. Can they both reach me?
Their tentacles do give them a 15-foot reach.
Oh, so yeah, they're fine.
Yeah.
What's their movement? 30?
40.
Okay, so yep, great.
Okay. So, the two extend their tentacled limbs from their backs towards you, Wilhelm.
My disengagement did nothing.
One getting a critical hit.
I
Crashing
don't want-
into you for a total of 21 bludgeoning and piercing damage.
Ow, I'm
The
gonna
te-
half that.
The tentacle wraps around you and lifts you slightly and tries to smash you into a solid surface. And I need a Constitution saving throw.
Hey.
I'm gonna get a 17 on that.
You succeed, and you only take 5 bludgeoning damage, but you aren't stunned by the attack.
Oh, that's good.
The other tries to do the same, though. It gets a 24 and a 14 to hit.
24 will hit.
So that is not a crit, so it's only 11 damage, but it also tries, and you are grappled by both of these creatures. Both of them have you grappled, and it will try to now slam you as well. I need a con save.
That'll be 21.
Okay, again, it's only 5 extra bludgeoning damage, and you're not stunned. The other creatures swarm around Wrath. And
Hey.
you know what? Just because I'm feeling like picking on you, they're all going to attack you, Wrath.
Help!
So with their variety of mining equipment and spears, they attack you. Getting 1 critical hit from the first one, but both misses.
Ow.
A 25, but 2 other misses. Another critical hit,
Oh.
and a 21. So 2 crits
Two
and
hits.
2 hits. And I get a 22 as the high.
yeah.
Okay, so 3 hits. So each hit
Oh no.
does 8 damage. So that's 24 damage.
24.
But then the 2 crits are going to be 16 damage each. So
32 extra damage.
56 damage. As they basically pick you apart with their mining picks.
Ow!
you get
Now
for making
I'm the
short
one that's
jokes.
holy.
All right, Rudy, it is your turn.
And I go to Wrath, come on, they're just a minor inconvenience. And I
No time for jokes.
move around and I go for
I'm gonna
the
need a
first
tetanus shot for sure, man.
first minor.
What's a tetanus shot?
I don't know. I feel compelled though.
26 to hit.
I think there's an infection.
That is a connecting blow.
Do you want me to do damage on each? Or the
Yes,
first?
these have hit points. They're not minions.
21 damage.
Okay.
Then that's 28 to hit.
Mhm.
For 22 damage. And another 28 to hit.
It is slain. You cut one of the creatures down, separating it into the 2 separate halflings, but unfortunately their organ systems are merged together, so they can't survive without the other.
No. And I will just second wind as my bonus action to get 16 plus 3 health back.
Alrighty. Ava, we're over to you.
Oh man. Okay. I'm just going to. I'm gonna firebolt. It's not. It doesn't. It's not a disadvantage at close range or anything.
It would be a disadvantage
Oh.
because of the close range. Yes.
Okay. Well then, maybe I'll turn around. And I'll firebolt one of the ones that. This one's already damaged, right?
They're both already damaged.
Oh, great.
Yes.
This one is
But regardless, because you are in melee, you'll be making a ranged attack with disadvantage.
Oh, I don't know anything. Okay. What about? That's also a. What about? Well, yeah. What about chill touch? Because it's not. Oh, it is.
It is. I know it's deceiving.
It doesn't seem like it should
I know.
be. Oh my god. What if? Oh.
I mean, that one wouldn't be with disadvantage.
I know, but it would suck. Maybe, yeah. I'm just gonna cast magic missile
Ooh.
because it'll do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it at 3rd level
Okay.
so that it does 1 more dart for each spell slot above first. So 3 darts.
5.
5.
Oh wait, because
darts.
it's 3 darts and then it
Yeah,
adds.
2
that's
more.
right. Okay, good. I was
Which
like,
one would you like to target?
many. This one.
The wounded one? Okay.
Yes. Okay, so it's 5 d4s.
Indeed it is.
Okay. 1, 2.
So they're sharing Wilhelm right now. Like they're both
Yes.
holding Wilhelm.
Yeah. They're holding Wilhelm, smashing him into the walls, and trying to pull him apart.
Ouch, my d4s are too pointy.
Common problem.
All right, that's what I get for being a Dispel Dice fangirl. All right, that is. Ooh, look at all those 4s.
Wow.
Okay,
Yeah.
4, 8, 12, 14, 17.
Plus 1 for each of them.
Plus 1 for each missile, so
17 plus 5, 22.
the array of missiles crash into the contaminated creature, bursting it apart, and it collapses to the ground.
Take that. All right,
Nice turn.
Thank you.
you're welcome.
We return to the top of the round with Wrath, who is getting beaten up by a bunch of merged together halflings, which is what you get for making a short joke.
I made one of the worst short jokes.
Yeah, that's true. It was Wilhelm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's okay. He's getting eaten alive too.
Wait,
I feel like
didn't
we're-
make. I made a joke about miners.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I said something about punching down. We'll look back. We'll look back
Okay.
on it. You know what? I just deserve this. Are they humanoid?
No, they are now aberrations because of the mutations that have occurred to them.
Poor little halflings. I'm not trying to gain favor by showing empathy. Truly not. I'm going to turn invisible. Ah! And I try to run away.
You cast invisibility on yourself?
Yeah.
Cool.
And
You
then-
turn invisible and run away.
Yeah.
Bravely.
Where did Wrath go? Do you have to concentrate on invisibility?
Yes.
Do you have to concentrate on the force wall?
It's gone. It
Oh,
ended
cool.
like 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's definitely not coming back.
Oh god.
Listen for the tremors.
Okay. Yeah, so the wall of force is ended. Okay, very good.
How long was it from the time that we cast Wall of Force till we got to the entrance?
Oh, like 10 minutes. at
Yeah, it
least.
would have been done anyways.
Yeah. It's not like that creature can swim really, really fast to catch up to you at all.
And it's not like it knew which way we were.
Exactly. It's not like there was only one possible way, one possible connecting way to go. Okay. So with that, we go to Wilhelm.
Have at thee, fiend. I approach the one that Wrath shot a while ago, before he disappeared bravely, and I will attack it with my blade, running up to it and getting a natural. Why use lucky?
Oh yeah, because your luck points are back.
Yeah. Oh god. It does a 16 hit.
No.
Lucky's a broken feat. I turned a 1 into a 3.
I mean, that's improvement.
That is an improvement.
It's a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
And I'm going to use my bonus action to attack it again using a different d20. That's better. That's going to be a 26.
Okay, so more than a two-step improvement. The creature dodges Varenthorn, and you feel a flash of insight from the blade as it corrects, and you feel the spirit of the ancient elven warrior drive the blade into a very interesting recovery.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't even know how that happened. The blade just kind of had a mind of its own. That's a lot of ones. 47 damage.
Nice. It is grievously wounded by that attack, but not slain.
Yeah, great. That's my turn. I drive my blade into it, and I'm like, you have been slain! And then it hasn't, and I'm sad.
Embarrassing.
Without a viable target, I guess Wrath, you have escaped from the melee, but Ava, you have not. So the little halfling miners, you still.
I forgot to cast Mage Armor. I cast it yesterday.
Roll a d6.
You're so nice to me. Pretending I have 22 intelligence instead of just my character. It's a 4.
Sure, you got major.
Thank you.
Hopefully this helps. I got a 15, a 12, and a 17.
With Mage Armor, only one of those hits, and I could cast Shield because I haven't used my reaction yet this turn.
Okay.
So none of them hit.
Shield.
Does a 25 hit through the shield?
Yes, that does it.
And does a 22 hit through the shield?
Yes.
Does a 17 hit through the shield?
It does not.
Okay, so you get hit twice for 8 damage per hit.
Okay.
As again, they're really picking at you.
And that will go to my
I guess you could say they're
board.
picking on you.
Hey.
It was a risk I was willing to take.
Are you still concentrating on neutralizing field?
Yes, so I have to make that save.
Yeah.
I just wanted to take that off my arcane ward instead of my hit points.
Yeah.
Okay, save.
It's 2 DC 10s.
That's it. Oh, 2 of them?
Yeah.
All right, so that's a 9 and, a 9 plus something and a 17. Let me just see what it
Okay,
is.
so then you're
9
more than
plus
good.
9, so 18 and a 20.
So actually you can't, if your con save bonus is plus 9.
Plus 9.
So that means that a DC 10 concentration check you can't fail.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm a pro wizard.
Okay.
I mean, yes, you are.
The one that Wilhelm just skewered though is gonna just go right back for you with the tentacles.
Okay.
Getting an 18 and an 18 and a 27 against you, Wilhelm.
The 27 hits.
It's gonna be 16 bludgeoning damage.
I will take half.
And then it tries to slam you and stun you. Give me a con save.
15.
That just makes it.
Yay.
You are not stunned, but you do take an extra 5 damage.
Ouch. Oh.
Rudy, we're over to you.
I'm gonna move up right in the middle of these
Yeah.
miners and start swinging my axe. I'm gonna start with the one to my Rudy's left. This guy over here. Boop. 28 to hit. Ooh.
That is a hit.
That's great.
That is 32 damage.
Oh.
Okay.
13 hit.
Miss, I'm afraid.
Less than that. Do
Okay.
better. Do better, die.
One of them is bloodied, however. Ava, we're over to you.
Okay. Man, I'd love to be able to hit more than one. I would like to do an area of effect thing, but I just feel like that's not a good use of resources. How many of these are damaged now?
One of them is
Just one?
Yeah, it is bloodied at half. So it and the other one are both the one that
one and
Wilhelm
this
is
one.
fighting. They're both bloodied. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, I kind of feel like the best thing is just maybe I should just do. No, I want to use big spells.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use a big spell.
Go big or go home.
I'm gonna do. Is this okay? Yeah, great. Oh no, this is a long. I'm just gonna cast magic missile on the one that's attacking Wilhelm again
Okay.
because I don't want to waste something that could go turn over turn. All right, that's gonna be another. I'm gonna do it at 3rd level again.
Okay.
So I'll roll the same number of dice, which is 5. Okay, that's 8, 10, 14 plus 5,
19 damage. Though it has been wounded previously by Will.
You described
wait.
it as grievously wounded.
No, that it is killed.
Yay!
Yeah.
Wow, what a magical missile it is.
I'm like valiantly fighting, and every time I'm like whittling it down, a bunch of missiles just and exploded.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay,
Teamwork!
yay!
Okay, that's it.
Alrighty.
My duels.
Wrath invisibly What do you do?
I start blasting. I'm gonna shoot the bloodied one. Getting a crit.
Does that make you not invisible?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Roll the damage on the crit because it might be blown away.
26 damage.
Yeah, it is splattered apart.
Yeah.
Nice.
And as I appear, I shoot the one beside Eva for 20.
Okay.
And that is 14 damage, and then an 18
Both hit.
for an additional 13 damage.
Okay, it is bloodied by those attacks and pushed away.
Get away!
Nice.
With that, we go to Wilhelm.
I run forward and swing my sword, shooting a force blade out at it, getting 26 to hit. Nobody's near it though, but still. Doing 19 damage.
It is slain.
Yay!
And then I shoot another force blade at the one that is in base contact with my allies, getting a natural 1.
Well, it does a final flurry of attacks against Rudy, none of which hit, and thus it is almost certainly cut down by Rudy.
Oh yeah, I just take my axe and the last thing it sees is coming towards its
Yes, indeed.
faces.
Quick question. Should I apply a wall of force over this hole?
Do we hear anything?
I was gonna say a minimum, at least we can do alarm, one of us.
Can we do like
but-
the thing where you're like, can I dip my hand in the water, still in the neutralizing field, and like feel the tremors? I feel like there's.
Give me a perception
Oh
check.
yeah, everybody rejoin the
Every-
neutralizing field.
And everyone,
Come back.
everyone listen in. Who's good at it?
Are we all giving a
Perceiving?
perception check?
Can I'm gonna cast guidance on myself.
I would love to
I have
act
a pretty good perception.
I can't roll less than a 15.
I got a 21.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not gonna roll better than that.
Yeah, something's coming.
Okay, I cast wall of force.
If you do
That
it, with,
does end the field.
That's all. But we're
Does
not.
it feel contaminated in here? I mean, probably.
You are not submerged in contaminated water here, so you will not need to like make saves every round.
Okay.
This is an environment that is deeply contaminated, so saves would be necessary every hour that you're here.
Well, we could do alarm instead, but all it would do was just tell us when it eventually.
It's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other option, we choose one of these pathways and take one of your magical. You said you have a door, right?
That's true. I have a steel door, 10-foot steel door in my robe of patches, I think.
I don't know if it makes
Yeah.
a difference to add an arcane lock on that, so it can't.
Or I
Get
don't think
through?
that would cover the whole thing, though. Unfortunately.
No, I mean one of these.
Oh, one of the passages.
paths.
The other thing is, I do have stone shape, which is not concentration. So I could just try and like cover over the hole. But I also think the purple worm is a tunneler, right? That's the whole point. You tunnel through anything. So I don't know that anything will stop it. Even wall of force is like, it's temporary. So.
Yeah.
So run
How many
away.
of you have used 2 doses of Aqua Expurgo? I'll remind you that if you do use your third charge, you immediately become incapacitated for 1 minute as you violently retch
Ooh, a whole
corrupt
minute?
bile.
I don't want that to happen in combat.
Not really.
I say.
Can I re-up Aqua Expurgo or no?
You could voluntarily, like, you could,
Find somewhere safe
Use your
and
charge,
throw up for a minute,
up.
yeah,
and then take another dose.
yeah,
Do we have another dose?
Yeah.
We have enough, right?
yeah.
You said we had several.
Yeah, this is a resource that I generally assume that all of you have at least 1 dose and 1 backup.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we found the packet of syringes that had more.
I'm gonna go throw up in that. Don't come over here. Don't come
Okay.
behind this boulder.
While. Oh god.
Your hit point maximum is reduced by 10 until you finish a long rest.
While this is happening, in order to avoid listening to all of the retching sounds, can I try and. But I was able to identify what all the syringes are, right? There were 3 deadly nightshades down to 2.
Yeah.
There were 3 aqua.
There were several Aqua Expurgo, and the rest were literally syringes that
Severe
if you
injections.
inject someone with them, they get D4 levels of contamination.
Okay, so that's not good and useful, not useful to us. There's never a time when we want to contaminate anyone. So,
Never say never.
I think I might say never.
Okay.
We don't want that.
Okay, I'm just gonna take
No, we
those
don't,
delirium syringes and remove. I don't want anyone to have access to them. What if someone takes this off of us?
Okay.
I'm gonna remove those from the wallet, and I'm just gonna drop them into the
Wow, leaving needles around, responsible.
water.
Oh, where the purple worm will come and eat them and then get all of them.
Okay.
There's miners around.
You're just gonna leave dirty syringes
I am
in a
going
miner's
to.
in an environment full of
I'm
miners.
gonna. Wait, I have another thought. Sorry, I keep throwing up.
It's maybe the most responsive. I'm not hiding it either.
Do you leave the mask on when you do this?
So the patches on my robe, is it random beyond the ones that are listed?
It's like a filter.
If you want something specific, we'll roll to see if you get it.
Okay. I was kind of thinking, no, that'd be a waste.
What is it?
I was gonna say, well, if I had a silver coffer, I could put them in the silver coffer and close it, but that's a 500 gold piece item that I would just be using to contain. It's so stupid.
We have a bag of holding.
Yeah. Do you not trust yourself?
You gotta
with
fish
the-
around in the bag of holding and poke yourself on a syringe?
They're gonna wall it.
Yeah.
Will the whole wallet in there? What if we need the other things?
I could wrap it in like a cloth.
I'm just very worried that someone's gonna take it off me the way I took it off Freed and then use it.
We won't let them.
Okay, then
They
I
have
will
to
just
go through us.
Then I'll just hold it
Okay.
and feel nervous.
All right.
Well, now that all that's done and there's a giant monster coming after us, which way do we want
Well,
to
we
go?
needed a minute for Raph to throw up, so.
Right.
Yeah. And now the giant monster is a minute closer.
Okay, let's get out of here.
Whatever that means. It could mean like he's still far away.
Or it could mean any moment. Okay. I mean, well, you have arcane lock, right? What if we went? Are these real doors?
They're real doors.
Oh, there are doors here already.
So what if we went through one of those doors and then
Yeah.
you sealed it?
Yes.
Yeah, he won't know what
Yeah.
we went through.
Yeah, there's 4 directions. How would it know?
Probably can feel the seismic whatever feeling of the ground.
Again, there's miners everywhere.
True. I mean, there's movement. Maybe it. I don't know.
Okay, pick a door.
This one.
Okay. That passage leads into a supply room that is normally used for the mine. And so in here is a variety of mining equipment, some extra timber, no explosives.
I want to grab one of the halflings. I want to grab half a wretch or a whole halfling.
Okay.
And I grab him and I pull him into the room with us.
Okay.
And I cast Speak with Dead.
All right. What do you want to ask the half of a halfling?
Quarter.
Quarterly.
He's a quarterling. Were you a miner here?
Yes.
Where is the brain?
The master lies down the corridor, and it can't gesture, so it says the deepest, the base of the deepest mine shaft down the corridor.
Are we here? Are you doing this in the closet?
No, I grabbed him to follow us. Like I pulled him in with
We're
us.
all in the.
We're all in the
Yeah,
closet.
we're all sitting here talking to the quarterling.
Do you can't speak with that as a ritual?
No, just as an action.
Actually, okay, yep.
Maybe ask him which. How many people? How many people?
I'm holding his little shoulder.
How many people? I don't know what volume do we no. How many people are there?
I don't know.
Oh man. Don't ask me to ask questions.
Are there any survivors?
I don't think so.
Oh.
Ask it literally anything.
It's favorite childhood memory or something.
Let it die.
What? Do you have any last words?
Tell my family I love them.
Okay.
I don't know who that guy's family is.
Oh, that's a new quest.
We'll just put like a banner in town that says the miners love you and
Yeah.
Tell my wife I said hello.
I discard the quarterling in the closet.
Okay.
So we didn't lock this
No, because
door.
we don't want to trap
We just
ourselves
came
in
into
it,
a
right?
door. We're like, wait a second.
So we know we need to find the deepest shaft. That is where that is where we will find Everett Freed.
I feel like it's the one that the little miner halflings came out of.
From?
The miners?
I don't know why, I just feel it's the...
Well, because these weren't miners, right?
They were miners.
Oh, they were. They were
Yeah.
all miners.
Yeah. They were just major miners.
We need better child labor laws around here.
Yeah, there was way too many halflings in there.
Okay, well, should we go
I
through that?
I was gonna say, should we check the other door first?
Okay. The other door leads into a roughly mined out chamber that would have been used as a sort of break room for the miners that were working down here. So there's several tables that have been arranged about that do look very disused, old meals. There are cans of beans and pots of like tin pots with coffee and other provisions that are way past the point of no return. So those two rooms seem like this was maybe a kind of a junction area of the mines, and hence why these supply rooms were here.
We can't waste any more time here. The worm is on its way.
We found a closet and a stinky break room.
Follow the king's intuition.
I say we head this way.
All right, let's go.
You head down that passageway, and it opens up into the central mine shaft of the Fritz mines. So you can imagine almost a square-cut shaft that has been artificially dug into the earth that has been lined with wooden and reinforced girders to keep the heaving soil and earth that is actively dripping water from collapsing in on itself. What you can see is high above you, there and across from you, down the shafts, are various pulleys, ropes, and chains of an elevator system for the shaft. So you can almost imagine that the mine shaft extends upwards and down, and then wherever the central shaft has found a rich mineral vein, they would continue digging out from there, and then digging out from there. So this represents one of the deeper veins that they were digging out. And even as you came down this passageway, like you saw how the mining that they were doing here was following the vein of coal that was along it, right? Hence its kind of meandering path as they're trying to dig out all the coal in this area. And so as you come back to the shaft, you can see that there are other such offshooting mine tunnels that come out from this, but it continues downwards. High above you, several hundred feet, is the elevator car. That the elevator car would be about 20 feet by 20 feet, enough that it could be loaded up with a troop of miners and also bring the material back up to the surface. Down at the bottom, you look down, and one of the things that you notice all along here is there actually is a set of pipes that are made of copper that extend down the shaft and into the pooling water that is slowly filling up from below, because the mine constantly fills with water. And so these copper pipes, you would know, there is a pumping system that is manually operated by livestock, basically a pump stack that is operated, and it's basically like a straw. The tube sucks the water up and out and then dumps it back into the river, because the mine constantly is filling with water, and so it constantly has to be pumped. Fortunately, hasn't been pumped out, and so the deepest part of the shaft is once again flooded.
Weren't we just told that it's in the deepest part of the mine?
So do we have to pump out the water to get down there?
I don't know.
Makes sense.
How
Or you can swim, of course.
how does one activate the pumps? Would we know this? Would
The
it-
pumping system is activated from up top.
Like manually, you'd have to cause the animals to start working the.
Yes, essentially, just as you can have a windmill
Right.
that is rotating, the pump, you'd have a group of animals that would basically be walking in a circle that would cause the pump, that would provide the mechanical energy necessary to get the pump starting the suction that sucks the water up.
Let's go. If we go up top, we activate.
Like
the
essentially,
pump.
it's like like you can imagine, like, you know, those like squeezing bladders.
Yeah.
That's the sort of thing, like the kind of accordion bladders that are made out of like cloth and leather, that like the animals kind of create that force, and then it siphons it up and pulls it out.
We either go down and swim in your neutralizing field, or we go up and pump.
Right. The only downside, I think, of going up is that the whole reason we came in through the well is because we were concerned that if we walked in the front of the mine, we would be noticed, that we would be stopped, that it would be guarded. That's probably still true.
I guess we still have the water breathing, and we still have the neutralizing field. So it might be worth just continuing.
There can't be two giant worms, right?
Or the waters aren't connected?
Writing down 2 giant ones.
I wouldn't be surprised if that giant worm hasn't dug many a hole around this mine.
Might be able to just get through into the other water space too.
Well, we either go up and fight whatever forces are up there, or we go down. I still think our best chance actually on this, just trying to analyze the situation. We don't know, we're making assumptions about the worm, but we do know there are forces here guarding, probably upstairs.
I guess the question is, if we do come across the worm, do we have the resources to be able to get out of there?
Kind of.
Kind of?
Sort of.
Elaborate.
I think we can get away from it once more.
Okay.
Or if not, then we could kill it, but I think that would be a taller order.
I say, you know what? Let's keep going. Let's go down the water and just keep trudging forward, see what we can do. Use the magic while we have it to get underwater.
Yeah.
Ava, would you care to sign your autograph in my book?
So you can save me when I die, like with
Yeah,
Wilhelm.
and I scratch out Sebastian's name because he's like immortal.
Is my name back in there? I know we used it a few days ago.
It's back,
but yeah,
yeah.
okay, cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
I will write down my name in the book.
So you're just gonna dive down the mine shaft? Just jump?
How long is the distance?
Probably like 100 feet. Actually, it would probably hurt, actually, jumping that far.
Well, we
I mean,
can
I have-
call the car.
Featherfall, but can we call the car from here? Or
You actually can't call the car. That's the scary thing about working in this mine, is that once you're down here, you are completely at the whims of the surface operators. Yeah, the car can't be called from the lower levels. The whole mine car, like the elevator car, is operated from up above.
And how far are we from the water?
About 100 feet.
I could cast Featherfall on us.
If we all jump,
I have the ability to walk on walls.
same. I can fly.
Do
down.
we all have rope?
As long as there's
It's true, we
room.
could just rappel down like normal humans with no magic.
We could tie all of our ropes together. I can walk down.
Sounds good. With Wilhelm and being able to walk on walls, and with Wrath being able to fly, you can probably save yourself the spell slot.
Yeah.
And you're able to rappel down, dive into the water, as you hear in your voices Everett Freed saying, "Yes, come into my lair. Come, see what I have become by embracing it." And that's where we'll end for the night.
A lair.
Well,
Well, much more excitement to come in the closing chapter of this arc.
Jeez.
A big thank you, Jill, Joe, Kelly for playing as usual, and to our wonderful guest, Ginny, for joining us on this arc.
I'll learn how to play a wizard by the end of this arc.
You've already saved us so many times.
You've done
You're great.
yeah, you're doing amazing. Like,
Yeah.
You're a
Incredible.
lifesaver. Big thank you to our other lifesaver, Kyle, for all of the work that he does behind the scenes. And a thank you to Monty Martin, our Dungeon Master, for bringing my Subnautica fears to life. Thank you.
Our videos and live streams are made possible because we have an incredible Patreon community that supports our work. Most importantly, it's thanks to the generosity of our amazing patrons that we are able to bring guests like Ginny to our studio space here in Toronto to play for such an extended arc. If you've been enjoying us having a wonderful guest like Ginny on the show and would like to see more projects like this where we invite friends to play D&D and more, please consider becoming a patron of our channel. It really makes this kind of thing possible.
We also have a phenomenal Discord community exclusive for our patrons. So if you're joining us on Patreon, make sure to hop on our Discord where you can chat with all of us about anything D&D related or any nerdy topic you want.
We got tons of great new content dropping on our YouTube channel all the time. We just launched a whole bunch of shorts where you can see some of your favorite clips from the show as well. And you can find tons of amazing things by Ginny as well on YouTube.
Yeah, I make stuff on YouTube.
In our game tonight, we use a variety of incredible assets produced by talented artists. Where did you get the worm?
It's one of WizKids minis.
Amazing.
Yeah.
WizKids, Dwarven Forge, Hero Forge, player character artwork by Elizabeth Perot, and music by Tabletop Audio.
Of course, don't forget to look at the links below for our Teespring store. You can find all of your favorite Dungeon Dude shirts. Check out bit.ly/Dungeon Dudes merch.
Be sure to join us next Tuesday when we broadcast the campaign on Twitch. Check us out from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Time at twitch.tv/dungeon_dudes. You can also watch the video episodes of the show on YouTube or check us out as an audio-only podcast as well.
Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time in the world of Drakkenheim.